Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon or Rising. Saggy, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for January 27th to February the 2nd. This week we have the Share Your Voice Oracle card. We have the strong energy of Judgment, Four of Swords, Ace of Cups, Strength, Page of Cups, and Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here, Saggy, is that there is some kind of awakening going on, and in particular, awakening to the things that have kept you small, that have kept you confined and kept you constricted in your life. Now, this can be read in love or in business. I think it's really time for you to reassess where you are spending your time and energy and what you're actually getting back from that. Maybe some of you are involved in a situation where there is lots of giving but not much receiving going on. So you're being asked to have the strength to share your voice and, maybe have a hard conversation to bring the situation to a head, to it's really the final call in that situation, and have the strength and courage to move on, to retreat your energy. And when you do that, Saggy, expect the unexpected and expect beautiful things to come into your life, beautiful offerings on an emotional level. So I'm just going to kick off by reading out that oracle card, guys. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Well, literally, persecution, expression. You are being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of creative expression. We each hold a truth deep within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, but we heal the planet at large. Maybe some of you are suppressing some information. Maybe some of you have not been communicating your truth in a situation, how you really feel about it. There could be internal conflict about a partner. Maybe in work you feel that you're not being heard. Well, you're really going to be going through an awakening this week of, now it is time to step up, and potentially that is the key to releasing, to freeing yourself from the situation, to playing a bigger game. Because, I'm really seeing this in your recent past, the Judgment energy. I think some of you have felt constricted or held back, stuck or stagnant for a period of time, maybe just not being able to get your foot on the next ladder of life, next rung of your ladder. Maybe, you haven't been able to see the pathway forward. Maybe you felt like there's people here that were confined in these small dark spaces. Some of you may have been through a dark time. Some of you may even have been suffering from depression and anxiety. That there are sliding scales, guys. You'll know what it is for you. However, I think you've had enough of that. You've heard the angel's call here, and you are being invited to step up and to express, to share your voice, to communicate how you're feeling in the situation, so that then you can rise above it. Yeah, and I think that this kind of process can make you feel very vulnerable, can make you feel exposed, like these people here. But really, sometimes we have to make ourselves vulnerable in order to transmute, to grow, and in order to, to share authentically how we really feel. Now, the Judgment energy can be the card of, the last call, forgiveness, second chances. So maybe there is something that you can salvage from the situation if it's in a relationship, or, something that's gone down at work. Can you stay in this situation if you rectify it, if you make changes? That will be up to you. You can decide that. Now, that's in your recent past, Saggy, so some of you may have already been going through that energy at the moment, or some of you might be on the threshold of it this week. But I really feel that, the key to this is that I think you've invested a certain amount of your energetic resources into this situation. I think you've put a lot of time and effort and energy into it, and you're just not getting the return for your investment that you had hoped and that you desired. And I think for a period of time you were willing to be that overgiver, to invest without receiving. But I think this awakening is always also to the fact that, oh, hang on a minute, the other person is just not coming to the party. So that can be in the workplace. You are the one that's carrying the workload. You are the one that's, doing great work without any recognition. Maybe, the person that always just keeps on getting more and more work put on, but, never a break, where other colleagues might have that. In a relationship, it can be carrying the workload of the household, childcare, maybe even having to be the breadwinner as well. And maybe at the start you're very much in love and you're happy to do that, but it wears thin. Life, business, love, it is a 50-50 exchange of energy, and usually it just doesn't work in time if you're not getting your part of what you deserve back, Saggy. So yeah, you're encouraged to have the strength and courage to face this head on this week, to see it for what it is, and to speak up and communicate your message to the other person. Yeah, strength can talk about taming our inner demons. Could be yours, it could be the other person's, because this lion is like our shadow or ego side, and the angel is our higher self. So some of you might be wanting to, reconnect with your higher self, to become whole again, to listen to your truth. And when we do that, that's when we unlock our infinite potential. Maybe some of you were staying in that situation for more egoic reasons. The job because of the money, the good commute, the relationship because the person was really attractive or, could support us, earned a lot of money, etc., for material reasons. And now it's time to get that side of ourselves under control and to listen to our higher voice, to our truth, to our authentic self. That's what the Strength card asks you to do. And it's providing you with the strength and courage this week. Also, if you are harboring any resent or anger or frustration from the situation, the Strength card is about bringing ourselves into emotional balance by meeting those feelings with its equivalent and opposite. So for example, the opposite of anger, fear and resentment would be forgiveness. The forgiveness is the great healer, guys. So that card is with you, that energy is with you this week to help you move through that situation. And I feel like after it all goes down, after you've shared your voice, you have at least done your bit. You've taken the action that you needed to. I think there's going to be a period where you need to just, lay low a little bit, retreat your energy and just rest. Just be still. Just be calm. Some of you might be dealing with hurts. We have the link to the Three of Swords there. Some of you might feel, pain, despair, sadness even. There's levels to Three of Swords energy. But either way, I think you need to disconnect and recharge your batteries. But you still have energy in the tank, and you have this beautiful sword of victory underneath you that you'll know when it's time to get up and get back into life. You'll know when you've taken this rest to reformulate your battle plan, and then you can get up, grab that sword and get back out onto the playing field of life. And near future, this is where it gets exciting. We have the Page of Cups and Ace of Cups. Now, for me, this combination says expect the unexpected when it comes to love, joy, harmony, and emotional fulfillment. And it's not surprising for me to see this energy here, Saggy, because often when we release situations that don't serve us or come out of a dark time, it can be really quick that something great comes in for us. How many times have we known somebody that was so upset because they were lamenting the loss of a relationship, or they lost a job that they thought was just the best thing. And then really quickly down the track, be it just a couple of months, they meet that person that's like, no, this is the one, this is my soulmate. Or, they get a career that, it might pay as much and it's completely online with their higher self, their passion and purpose. It's something better when you didn't think it could get any better, when you thought you'd lost the best thing. So the Page of Cups can be that coming out of the blue, expect the unexpected, that surprise that we never saw coming, literally jumping at us, coming into coming into our lives in a synchronistic way. Could be through someone that you meet. Be on the lookout for the signs and symbols that the universe might be providing you with this week. The Page of Cups can be an offering, an emotional offer of love. It can also be an apology. It could be an apology related to the situation. It could be a younger water sign involved in the mix as well. So Scorpio, Pisces or Cancer. But either way, whatever this offering is, this emotional offering, it has the ability to go the distance, to be abundantly beautiful, to have all of your senses overflowing. The Ace of Cups is about the ultimate and all of those feelings, having your cup of love filled up to the brim and overflowing. And both of these cards have an element of coming out of nowhere, but that it was meant to be. There's an element of predestiny and divinity about this combination. And the Ace of Cups in particular, guys, it talks about this coming in after leaving a darker time. Because these are lotus flowers on this water, and if you know about the lotus flower, it starts this journey in the mud, in the darkness, in the soup, in the toxicity of the toxic soup. And these lotus seeds, they start sprouting and they make their way up through the water. They follow the light until they reach the surface, and then they become this most beautiful expansive bloom. It is the journey. It's a journey of transformation. So it says that, love and beautiful things can come to us after we've made that journey from the darkness, after we've healed ourselves, after we've made cleared energetic space for it. So expect the unexpected, Saggy. Beautiful things are coming your way. Just sometimes we have to walk a path, walk out of the darkness, come out of the cave, and share our voice before they come in for us. Saggy, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Do keep in mind it's a general reading. It won't be for every one of you guys. I wish you all the best with it this week. Do feel free to leave me a comment if you'd like to share how it's playing out in your daily life, because I always love to hear. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.